Hi everyone and welcome again to Urke Electrical channel. Today we will be talking about a three-way light switch. What is used for? People know that these three-way switches are used in lighting, like to turn on the light here and go turn it off the other side. But these three-way switches, as you can see here, there are different types. You see, this is a toggle three-way switch right here, and this is the Decora three-way switch. As you can see, they all have in common, they have three terminals. One black terminal, which is the common or the leg, and the two other terminals that are the travelers, where the travelers come to connect. If you see the toggle switch one, the black terminal is right here, and then the two other terminals are together up. But for the Decora here, if you see, the black terminal is right here, and on the same side we have one. If you see, the two travelers are not all up, but it's not a problem because they all have three terminals, one common and two travelers. Now today we will show you how these three-way switches, which are light switches, can be used in the motor control. So we did this project here to explain how you can use it in a motor control situation, because sometimes you don't have a selector switch that you can use in the motor control. You can use this three-way switch as a selector switch. So like this project we prepare here, you can see right now this you can go auto or hand with the selector switch, with the three-way switch. Like you can select auto or hand to control a motor. Like right now there is power in this project, but no light is on. That means, let's say this is the motor, this light here is the motor, and this light here is a light to show that the motor is working. Anytime the motor is working, this light comes on, because this motor can be in a pit. Like most of the time, these controls are used to control a motor that is working in a pit. So if you can see the motor, how to know if the motor is running or not? You can use a light. So now, like right now, this switch is on position auto. Now to make it work, maybe if it's let's say it's a pit or a limit switch. So if it's a pit, that means that pit can be controlled by a level switch. When the liquid, let's say it's water, like when the water go up or down, depend how you want it to work. Maybe you are filling up the pit or you are emptying the pit. If let's say you have to fill up the pit. When the pit is empty, the float switch will go down and close a switch. That switch, when that switch closes, the motor runs and the lights indicates that the motor is running. When the pit fill up and that same level switch gonna open and the motor stop, the light indicate that the motor is not running. Light off, motor off. Let's say now this level switch, something happened to this level switch. This level switch is not working, but you still need to make your pit fill up till you fix that. So you gotta have a hand position, a hand switch. So in that time, you just use this selector switch here and go hand. That time you don't need this switch right here. You can take out this switch and your motor gonna run and the light gonna indicate the motor is running. But for this one, the difference will be you gotta stop yourself the motor, because it's not automatic. It's not a level switch controlling it normal. So as soon as your pit is filled up, you can stop it. When you want to fill it up again, you go hand, and then you come on. When the pit is filled up, you just stop it. So over here, let's come to a diagram that explains what we did here. This is the wiring diagram of the project we did here. As you can see here, this is the three-way switch, and this is the line and the neutral that's feeding the project. So over here we have a float switch represented here. We have like a motor starter right here. So let's say when we are in this position, that is the hand position, we have the power that's coming this, okay, the power gonna run here and go this way and then come to the motor starter straight. So as soon as we open this switch and we come to the auto position here, that time this will be open and this side will be closed. When this is closed, that time the power runs follows this path. If the level switch is open, the power will wait this here at this terminal till this contact close up. When this contact close, then we start the motor. When we have the level needed, this contact open. When this contact open, the motor starter stop and the motor stop. Anytime the level is down again, the contact call for the power go again, and till we change again position to come back to the hand position, this will be working automatic. So this is what we did right here right now. As you can see, right now we are on auto. Let's say this is the level switch right here. It's open right now. There's nothing happening. As soon as we close the switch, the motor run and the light here indicate that the motor is running. And as soon as the level needed is reached, this opens, and then when this opens, the motor stops. Now if we change the position of the switch, the selector switch here, which is the three-way switch, as soon as we go this to the hand position, we got straight line power to the motor. So that is what happening here. This is the wiring diagram of the project we did right here. Okay, now we have a wiring diagram here for a three-way switch as a selector switch, but now we have a starter that we represent here per K. That is the coil of the motor starter that you can see over here. This is a motor starter. They call it motor starter. It's a contactor called motor starter. And over here we represent the motor like blue color. And this is the contact from the motor starter to start and stop the motor, to send the power to the motor. And this is a float switch that's gonna close and open when you put the selector switch here on auto, on the auto position. So this is a float switch. Over here we represent a light to show that the motor is working, and either it's working on hand or it's working on auto. It's still gonna get power. So let's say we are on auto right now. In the project here we are on auto. So right now the power travel on this line to here. If the switch is open, there's nothing happening. There's no power to close the motor starter. As soon as we close this switch, we got power to the motor starter. The motor starter gonna close its contact here, and then the motor. So let's say this light is the red light right here, and the light to signal if the motor is running or not. And this blue light here, let's see, that is the motor. So as we are on the auto position right now, this contact is open, nothing is happening. So let's say we have the level needed here to close, or the position needed to close this level switch here. So let's close the switch and see what's going to happen. As soon as we close the switch, the light comes on to indicate that the motor is running. And as you can see, the motor is running. And right now this motor starter here is closed. As you can see right here, when this is inside, the orange thing here is inside. That means the coil is energized. As soon as you stop, as soon as the contact open here, as you can see, the coil of the motor starter is de-energized, and the motor has stopped and the light is off. Now let's say if we want to this motor to work on hand. When you want this motor to work on hand, you just have to press the selector switch here to change the position of the contact to hand. As soon as you do that, the motor starter comes on, the motor is running, and the light is indicating that the motor is working. So let's explain that again on the wiring diagram here. This one, in this position, we say this is auto. That we can say auto. And when you change the position of the contact to this side, you put it on hand. Okay, H. Hand, auto. As soon as you put the contact position to hand, you got this straight the power to the coil of the motor starter. And this motor starter, as soon as you energize this coil make this contact to close, and we got power to the motor. So that's what happening here. As you can see, you can use this three-way light switch as a selector switch in the motor control. It works nice. This is a good example that you can use a three-way light switch as a selector switch. I did this project for a switch pit for someone who had problem all the time, because with these switch pits they plug on the wall switch, that when the ball switch come up, like when the pit fill up, the pump starts. When the pit is empty, the pump stops. But what happened with this guy, people uses napkins in the bathroom, and those napkins fill up that pit, and that was on the ball. Now that makes the ball couldn't go up. So even the pit is full up, the motor cannot start. And then he got flooding. He got flooding on his basement, in all his basement. And what he could do, he couldn't do nothing, because to start the motor, the ball gotta go up, and he cannot go in the pit and put the ball up. What we did now, we cut that wire, we did the wiring for him, use a three-way switch as a selector switch to do auto and hand. When that thing happened, he just put the selector switch on hand, and the motor starts, empty the pit, then he opened the pit and clean the ball, and the ball start working again. But if he didn't do that before, he got a lot of problem, because he cannot see the ball in the pit while the pit is full and the ball is down, hold with those napkins. So he's very happy with the project we did for him. And know that you can use this selector switch, this three-way switch as a selector switch, and that helps you very good. And remember, if the motor is not very powerful, it's not more than 1 horsepower or 1.5 horsepower, you can use it as a direct starter without using a motor control contactor to start the motor. You can use it straight, like this one, like the one we showed you before, like this one right here. You can use it as a straight starter for the motor. But if the motor is powerful, you remember that motor gonna call a lot of current at start, so that could damage the contact for the three-way light switch. So in that case, you need to find a motor starter and use that to start the motor, but use this one only as a control selector switch. So this is what we wanted to show you today. We will do another video to talk about this three-way switch use on the lighting, like to turn on the light here and turn off the light on the other side. Maybe put a four-way switch in between to turn on the light in many positions and turn it off wherever you want. Thank you for watching.